What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. Sorry, I've been busy. But this is an important video because I'm introducing you to my favorite drum book of all time, and to me, the most important one of all time, Stick Control. And much like Syncopation, my copy is destroyed from years and years of use. And also, much like Syncopation, I'll just take that off. Much like Syncopation, I've only used the first page, or one page, which is the first page. And I know you think Stick Control, oh, it's good for your hands, right? Let me use it to get my stickings and master all that stuff. That's one way, and that's the perfect way to use it, perfectly fine. But the way I was taught this by Steve Davis in St. Louis, an amazing teacher, was to use this to work on my independence between the limbs. And in all my drum lessons, it comes from a jazz approach. So I was taught to have that ride cymbal pattern going and play these exercises between the hands and the feet. Now, before we truly get into it, let me explain the concept of what we're going to be doing. As you can see on this page, a bunch of combinations between the right and the left hand, or R and L. So what I was taught is each time it says R, that's going to be your hands, be it either your right or left hand. And each time it says L, that's no longer your left hand, that means feet. So it can either mean the right foot or the left foot, or it can mean both, alternating. So let's see, this first exercise would just be, if you're using only hands, a single stroke roll, obviously. Which everything is swung because that's how I learned it, the jazz approach with the ride cymbal. And we'll take that and now we'll substitute the R's and the L's. So R is going to mean always hands, no matter what. And the L is going to mean feet, either foot. So now let's split that up and do singles between the hands and the feet. And for us modern drummers, I'll add in the same exercises but straight and not swung. And all this may seem simple at this time, at this point in time, but I promise you it's going to get crazier and crazier, and you'll see kind of where I'm coming from, and hopefully connect the dots and see the lineage from swing drumming or jazz drumming to modern jazz drumming to modern drumming now, which is kind of the Mark Juliana, J.D. Beck style. And a lot of that stuff comes from these exercises in this book. So now we've gotten the sound down, the swung eighth notes. Now what we want to do is add the jazz ride cymbal pattern on top of that and do 2 and 4 with your hi-hat. And now I'll go through 1 through 5 to let you know what that sounds like at a medium tempo. So hopefully by number 5, you're saying, okay, this is going to get interesting once we speed things up. And if you're thinking that, you're right, so stay tuned. So once you go through all these exercises, all 24 of them, with your left hand and your kick drum, you then would want to go back, and now you're doing it with your left hand and your left foot. So now there's no more hi-hat on 2 and 4. Your kick drum can just rest if you want. And now you play all the exercises swung, but now between the snare drum, your left hand, and your left foot. And now, if you understand patterns, you know where we're going. The next step is to alternate. So it's kind of going to feel like you're walking a little bit because each limb is responsible for a subdivision. And this is going to feel weird. Don't worry. It's going to feel weird at the time. It may be pointless, but it's not pointless. You're just playing it at a very slow tempo. And that we have to play it at slow tempos with metronomes to get all of the kinks out and make sure our balance is where it needs to be. So now we're graduating. We're going from swung eighth notes to eighth note triplets, which is going to be crazy. It's going to feel crazy for you. I know it did for me, because all the while we're keeping that ride cymbal pattern going. Now same story. Once you do your eighth note triplet pass between the left hand and the right foot, now you got to go back and do it again. This time between the left foot, your hi-hat, and your left hand, or the snare. And then once again, now this is where it gets really hard. Now you gotta do the alternating thing with the snare drum in the right and left foot. And with triplets, it's really tricky, but you got it. And like I said, I'm stopping at exercise 5, but really 5 through 24, whew, when you're doing eighth note triplets, it goes crazy. You feel, because you're hearing the paradiddle, but the accents aren't always on downbeats. So in the beginning, that throws me off. So it's kind of messing with the way you naturally want to hear paradiddle. And even some of these other iterations, like, I can't remember which one, but a lot of these, like the way they're placed, when you've switched from swung eighths to triplets, it's crazy. And now you're kind of seeing, because it's faster, but it's the same tempo, but just eighth note triplets are more frequent than eighth notes. So you're starting to hear, hopefully, how deep we can get into this thing. You're gonna mess up a lot during this, but it's okay. I mean, obviously we're doing something we're not used to and that's unnatural to us. But I figure if we get used to that feeling in the practice room, when it happens inevitably on stage, you're going to be used to being uncomfortable. Which, every time I say something like that, it reminds me of LeBron James and him just being like, yep, that's my favorite saying.
I had one coach, and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying.
Also, side note, for anybody that gets bored easily, if you feel like this is too easy for you and you're blazing through all these exercises, then I would advise to switch it up and left hand lead the ride cymbal pattern, and now switch everything. So now your right hand is on the snare. Just for people wanting to, I guess expand their horizons. I don't know. Okay, so once again, we've gone through all these iterations. We've done swung eighth notes, and now we've done eighth note triplets. So now we have to alternate. So what I do is I alternate on each exercise. So I'll play number one pass through swung eighth notes, and then the second pass will be the eighth note triplets. go through all those iterations. Like I said, like this is a lot. This is a lot of information, and still we're only on one page. I don't even know what's on these other pages. Like it's a lot of snare drum stuff for sure. But I've never even, like, this stuff is foreign to me. All you need is this. And really, you could just screenshot it. I don't even know if this is. You could just like screenshot that and work from that. You don't even have to buy it. I mean, yeah, you should buy it. I mean, it's good to have a physical copy. But anyway, yeah, so you go through that, alternating between the snare and kick, then the snare and the hi-hat, and then the snare and alternating feet. And all of these, I should leave like 16th note versions or straight versions too. I just do 8th notes with my right hand, adding the clap on 2 and 4, and do 16th notes. Well, this becomes 16th notes. I don't know, maybe I'll leave the straightened version for the end, just so you can see. But because I really think that learning this swung first helps more. Because even this isn't just for swing, like jazz playing. You play a shuffle, you want to do like a crazy Chris Dave solo with displaced kicks. This book helps with that for sure. And you can see once you straighten it out how you can literally take these examples and turn them into fills. And I think I've done that, maybe not verbatim, but you can tell a lot of my kick and snare combinations, they're made much easier because I've done this exercise for years. So I'm very comfortable. I shouldn't be showing you guys this, but I have been experimenting with doing, I guess it will be 16th note triplets with this because I was inspired by a Chris Dave style, Spanky style beat. Like a jagged triplet beat. I don't know how to describe it. And I saw that and I was like, man, it would be crazy to solo over that, or to have the facility to solo over that while having that clap on 2 and 4. There's a lot of people talk about the clap stack sometimes being a fad and it's going to go away. But even without a clap stack, being able to solo while keeping 2 and 4 constant has been a staple for years, long before the clap stack. So these skills are going to translate to whenever or if ever the clap stack goes away. So I wanted to be able to solo. And what I've done, I've used this and now catered it towards my goals now. I try to do like a swung 8th note thing into the triplets, the 16th note triplets, and vice versa. So it's pretty much the same thing we went over earlier, but just kind of modernized and changed to fit what I need now, which is the beauty of this book. And any other book like Syncopation that I use is it's very malleable to whatever you're wanting to learn at the moment. So yeah, if you guys see some Instagram videos of me soloing over a groove like that, you know exactly where I got it from. Also, follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think that's it. To me, my most favorite prized possession drum book, stick control. I mean, can't get any better than that to me. That's how I use it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And also I got a new camera. Hopefully it looks cool. It better look cool because of how much I pay for it. But I'm trying to upgrade the production quality. So yeah, what else? What news do I have? I don't have any news. But anyway, thanks for checking this video out. I'll see you guys next time.